Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope you all are well and keeping warm. Currently, it is absolutely frigid in Pennsylvania. I think the temperature is like 8 degrees outside with a real feel of -4. It's cold. But anyways, today's video is a plan with me and my personal rings. I've mentioned before in my January monthly plan with me that I've moved away from using my passion planner for personal planning. My passion planner is more for tracking school for my 3 kids, whether it's remote or in person, what lesson plans there are, what I need to pick up, drop off, all of the things. There's a lot of personal information in there right now regarding specific kids, specific classes and teachers and so on. And while it's helping me navigate their ever-changing school environment, it's not really something I feel comfortable sharing on this channel as often as I have in the past. Since I need a space to keep track of my daily to-dos and appointments, and my passion planner was being overrun by the kids' stuff, I've started using a personal rings planner. A lot of you suggested it to me in a few of my previous videos as a means to be more portable in my planner, and I just want to say thank you very much. I was very hesitant at first to try it because I already had a lot of planners, and I just like using what I already have. But I've been using a personal rings since the end of September, beginning of October, and I really haven't looked back. Even my Foxy Fix Traveler's Notebook, which I absolutely love using on the go, hasn't really been going anywhere with me for nearly a year now. Part of that for social distancing reasons, but also part of that is because I just haven't used it. I've been using this personal rings. These inserts are ones that I've created. They are very similar to ones that I created for my Traveler's Notebook a year or so ago. If you're interested, currently February is available in my Etsy shop, but it's only in personal size and Monday start for now. If there's more interest, I can always add more sizes and Sunday starts. So when I sit down to plan in this, I usually start by picking out one sticker book that I'd like to use for the month. I've already culled a lot of my Happy Planner sticker books and kept the ones that I thought I would use the most. And I'm trying to use them up. I gave myself a challenge of doing a minimal planner spend this year. In other words, I need to use up what I have before I go getting more. Now, I don't have a lot compared to some, and if you're someone that has a lot and you use it and you enjoy it, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But for me, it started to feel like I had all these books and I was just never using them. So in order to use them, I gave myself the challenge of using just one sticker book for an entire month. Now that doesn't mean it's the only sticker book that I use for that month, but basically I can't pick a new sticker book theme week to week to week. I have to use the stickers within one particular book throughout the course of a month and just see how it goes. For January, I chose Year to Shine, and for February, it's this Wild Styled sticker book. I've learned that I am a very functional planner. My brain works better with color coding and organizing tasks by importance or what I have time for that day. When I use up my brain power on determining what decoration to use, it never ends well. Does this mean that you shouldn't decorate your planner? No. If you're someone that loves all that decoration and you're able to get stuff done, by all means. I've just simply learned that my brain works better with the minimal and the functional. For this planner, I use mild liners only. Coral is for appointments, things that have a time and a place that cannot be missed. The fuchsia purpley color is for activities, or things that have a time and a place, but if an appointment can only be scheduled during that time, this is okay to miss. After I fill in the appointments on the monthly calendar, I notate after-school activities for my 3 kids at the bottom. I don't fill it in on the calendar because the calendar is already pretty full. These activities are usually pretty cut and dry and has a set schedule, but this year, with social distancing measures in place, the schedule is all over the place and alternating based on 6-day rotations within the school. This is especially true at the high school, so I do need to make note of it. My high schooler is currently out of school as a close contact, so when he goes back into the building, I will be able to better notate what days these alternating schedules start. After that, I note what days our pup needs to take her medicine throughout the month using these paw stickers, and then there's a couple Coffee Monster Co. emojis that I use in between as well. And then finally, I just notate some reminders that need done within the month of February. These two, though, are March at the absolute latest. I'm actually waiting until the end of February, beginning of March to kind of test the waters and see if our state is even going to do their standardized testing this year. Next is my goals section. I've mentioned that I wanted to do a minimal spend for the year as part of my financial goals and using up what I have. So I have a place in my planner to help remind me of that. Along with a minimal planner spend, I have goals for personal, family, and for making sense matter. For personal, I need to get better about drinking water. I've said this before, I am absolutely horrible at it, and I would much prefer to drink more coffee or tea than water. But I'm also caffeine sensitive, and I will not be able to fall asleep at night if I drink coffee past 3 p.m. This worked great when I was in my 20s while I was still in grad school and my kids were a lot younger, but this is not working out so great in my 30s. Family, we want to consistently incorporate game nights. Our schedule constantly changes. We try to do it on Fridays, but our dog is she has a set bedtime, so we're trying for Saturdays. This is just something that has come up at our family meeting to have a consistent game night where one person chooses the game that we play as a family. It could be a video game, it could be a board game, whatever their choice is. But this month we need to come up with a schedule for it, draw a name from a hat, and start our rotation from there. And finally, for making sense matter, I want to continue to use and tweak the digital systems like Trello and Google Calendar that I've set in place to continue to simplify the projects that are being worked on from day to day to day. After that, we get into the weekly tasks. Now, I normally set up my week on Sunday night, and here I'm doing it on a Wednesday afternoon. So I'm a bit out of my element doing it so early, but let's be realistic, the lighting is not the best at 9 p.m. on a Sunday. But this is where I love this insert so much. In between each of the weeks, I have a page built in that's to review the prior week and set up the following week's tasks. This way I can pull tasks from this list as the week goes on and as things are changing. For the weekly tasks, when I filmed this, I can't really say what I'll be doing for the week because they roll from one week to the next to the next. I didn't want to set this up and then have most of them crossed off because I completed them the week before. But whatever doesn't get done this week will be moved on to the next week or potentially even pushed back to a later date. There's also a spot at the bottom where I can see what's coming up next week. I can usually judge my time a little bit better when I can see what's coming up. So if I know that I have a really busy week this week, but next week is a little bit more relaxed, I'll save some of the larger projects for the following week and get some of the smaller stuff done this week. And this works in reverse as well. I also have the weekly overview on the right side so that I can see maybe I shouldn't be putting off this big project until Friday because you really won't have the time on Friday. And instead, you should be doing it on Wednesday because that's the only time you'll have to do it this week. But it's nice for reminders too, like when the trash goes to the curb or what days are so insanely busy with after-school activities that I need to have a fast dinner ready that night. For some of you, this may seem like repetition, and that's okay. But for me, I've learned that my brain just needs that reminder. It needs to see what's coming up because I'm constantly being pulled in different directions. There are so many moving parts in our current season of life, and in order to stay on top of it all, I need that broad side of a barn flashing fluorescent lights approach to my planning. When it comes to the dailies within this insert, I block out appointment times and activity times, drop-off and pickup times, and color coding them all. I usually don't include our half-hour commute time because that's pretty standard for us, but if I'm traveling beyond that, like the 90 minutes to the orthodontist or the hour to the dentist, I will notate that because that determines what time we leave and how much time I have available that day. After I note the timed stuff, I do put some deco on each days as well as the functional stickers, like these dance stickers and meal plan stickers. Then I put 3 orange check boxes for 3 household items I want to accomplish that day and 3 purple check boxes for what I'd like to accomplish for making sense matter. At the top, I add in the weather for the day. This does affect who uses what mode of transportation home, whether we're actually going to have dance that night, have after school activities that night, whether Hubs is working from home or in the office that day. It looks like it's finally going to warm up next week and I can't wait. Finally, the weekend doesn't look nearly as busy, so I can use some bigger stickers. And I'm honestly just attributing this to quarantining. Every other year, there have been drama activities and rehearsals at the school over the weekend. But after the building is cleaned up on Friday nights, they don't let anybody back in. I am notating, however, that on Saturday, we need to make a grocery list and a meal plan for a little over a week. It's going to be about 9 days. We are paid monthly. And so about a week and a half before our paycheck, we go through our pantry and our freezer to see what we still have on hand and make our meal plan around that to get us to the next payday. Now with my personal rings, I do use an A5 Leuchtturm, but it's only for my brain dumps. I jokingly called it my brain barf book to my husband one day, but honestly, that's what it is. Once a week, usually on Sunday nights, as I'm setting up the next week, I will go through a prompt list that will help me remember anything that came up throughout the week, anything that may be stuck in the back of my mind that I just didn't have written down in this planner. It could be as simple as remembering to call the Vision Center to schedule our annual exams for July, or researching an oral surgeon within our network to remove my son's wisdom teeth. It could be a report I'm waiting on from the school, an email I need to send, or even just a question that I need to ask somebody or something I wanted to research. Basically, if it's on my mind, I try to write it down in this book and then categorize it and assign it later. This is very getting things done-esque, getting things done-ish. I don't want to flat call it out the getting things done method because I can never seem to stay awake long enough to read the book in its entirety and learn the whole method. So there's no doubt that I'm missing some pieces. It's not that it's too technical or too much for me to understand. I get the technical. I've read journal articles on hydrology and geomorphology. That's got nothing to do with it. It's just, it doesn't hold my attention and I fall asleep. I have learned from watching other planners on YouTube and just from my own experiences on the way that this is kind of what I need to do. I will leave a link below to one of the planners that I've really enjoyed watching for this functional planning. Her name's Brandy Michelle Plans. She does have how she incorporates the Getting Things Done method into her personal rings planner. It's a little bit different than mine. She keeps projects in her planner, I don't. But I will link that below as well in case you want to watch it. But I will leave that link below. If you're struggling with functional planning, you should really check it out. It is pretty good. She does a really good job of explaining it. So that's it for this plan with me. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did and want to see more plan with me's in my personal rings planner, please click that like button and I will try to film them more. If you want to see more planning and budgeting videos in general, please click that subscribe button. I try to upload once a week, but it's just so crazy right now. And if there's any other videos you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.